That's not good.
Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and drunk people I can find. And questions. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them.
Shit, I just spilled my drink everywhere. I'm sorry.
Kind of stream.
One sentence in.
Riley.
Australia slang. Piss is Australian slang for alcohol, if anybody's wondering.
It's possible that Jen is quite drunk.
It isn't really a glass of urine.
Today...
I don't think this is that kind of stream.
I thought you were doing another Anthony Riley.
Yeah, it's not that kind of stream at all, Seraphim.
you can only rent beer.
Yeah.
I warned you, Jay. Why do I keep calling you Jay and Jay Dave? There's something wrong with my brain.
Call them
Jay's better
Jay.
looking than me, so I'll work with that.
I'm not calling them both Jay, so that way it's kind of close for both of them.
Yeah.
Try people take the
warned
piss
you,
out of
Jay.
me yesterday for my J's.
Jay, fuck me, Dave. I said you could tell me not to come on the stream because I am very, very drunk, and you said yes. The more drunk, the better. So whatever happens in this stream is entirely Dave's fault. I do not take any responsibility.
No, I blame Bobby.
Oh yeah. Well, what did that voice? I mean, come on. It's no wonder he's got a beautiful girlfriend. I mean, he's sexy as hell. And I don't even care that he's...
I'm sorry, Maurice, the Scottish accent is very blasé here. It's like me.
I am
Who's sexy?
I am completely screwed for the rest of my life on YouTube because of that previous stream, and this one's not going to make it any better.
I like it. Dance like your rabshiness, bit like Mary Doll, you know.
And then no one will be able to understand you. Right. Hello, everyone. Today we have got with us Seraphim Hyde.
Hi.
BadTemperedBadger. Godless Scummer.
The name's Scummer. Godless Scummer.
Fuck you.
That was awesome.
We've got Jenny.
Which one?
Yeah, which
You.
one?
Just wait both times. It works.
She's not Jenny.
But we'll both wave and you only have to introduce us once. How's
Fine.
that?
We've got Jenny and we've got Jenny. Does that work?
Yeah, that works for us. We're fine. We know how important both of us are, and it's more important than the rest of you. Isn't it?
Well, fuck you too.
Absolutely.
Apart from Seraphim, because all women are more important than men.
Well, I do have boobs, so that's true.
Exactly.
I have a blanket fort. Fuck all of you.
I was informed yesterday. That boobs have magic powers.
Badger, I
was
have
so much
one
that I
thing
grew-
to say to you. Disney Star Wars.
Badger, stop rubbing the blanket fort in my face. You know I want one.
And that growl's getting better with that microphone.
Don't make me have a spit take.
I'm
Badger,
not a huge Star Wars person, but I was so impressed with how much better they got when Disney took over.
You're learning, Jenny. You're learning.
Yeah. Hey, Jenny, you know who is a big Star Wars person? Jabba the Hutt.
God, that was lame.
You got progressively big. You got
Is
progressively
one
big.
guy
Pretty
like
drunk.
growl?
Drunk Jenny's humor is not any better than sober's.
It's just which one's more crude.
I don't think there's any real difference. It's just that the drunk Jen has less inhibitions. And I'm pretty sure my beautiful sister over there, Jenny, will agree with me that a drunk Jenny has less inhibitions.
No, over there.
See?
Exactly.
I don't care which way you are. You're beautiful no matter what.
Leap over.
Yeah,
We live on a sphere. We live on a sphere. It doesn't matter which way you
Oh, you're
point.
beside me on... Oh, Dave, don't confuse me with where people are.
That's freaking me out because I know on this stream it looks very different, but in the private chat here, I'm in between the two gens, so it's like
Yes, I know. It's annoying.
It's very confusing. And
You did that
okay,
deliberately,
well,
Dave, mess with my drunk brain. I nearly burped in my microphone. That's disgusting. I'm going to apologize to the chat now. You all think that I'm an obnoxious little shit who talks over people, but you've never met drunk Jen. And I'm worse than I'm sure Dave's going to be ready with the mute button to shut me the fuck up.
I've never heard you talk over. So.
She is rather Australian, isn't she?
Sure.
Yes, I'm Australian, and that's the entire problem. Being Australian fucks your morality.
It also fucks up the delay that you get when you're in the middle of trying to talk.
Yeah.
It does. It really does. It makes it really hard.
Would you like some
And on
Sean
top of that,
Connery?
although I am getting a better audio system, I'm sending Osman a hard drive, and he's sending me a new mixing desk, and that will enable me to mix my audio better, and I'll be able to balance everybody better, and I will know when you're talking, which at the moment, sometimes I don't actually hear people when they're talking. So I apologize to anyone I ever talk over. It's not deliberate. I just have a shit set up, and I'm a bit...
You mean you apologise to everyone?
Yeah, there's no one I've been on the stream with that I don't owe that apology to. So I apologize to absolutely... Fuck me, I nearly knocked my bottle of booze off the fucking table. I apologize to absolutely everybody who I've ever been on the stream with, because I know there's not a single one of you I haven't talked to.
Right.
Sure enough, Miss Jenny Penny, this shouldn't present no immediate problems.
Are you going to explain why that's your thing, are you, Jeff? Or are you
He already has. He already has.
Between me and... It's going to be a tag team between me and Badger, I think.
So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Sprinkles
I
are
don't know
for
what film that quote
For the
is from.
record, anybody
It's
who was
very
watching
short
Six
cover.
Pack earlier, this mob and the Six Pack mob have finally found out how to not piss me off, but turn me on. And it's not fair, but that's fine. It's
You
their
do,
thing,
Rick.
and it's their thing to get to me, and that's cool because that's what these streams are all about. So I don't hate them, but I'm going to say I hate them regularly because they fucking deserve it. So fuck
You
you.
do realise I'm gonna have more fun. I'm gonna have way more fun teasing you with this than I am with Manda and Jar Jar. You do know this.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are. And I'm
Wait there.
welcome. Bring it on, bitch.
It's okay. They know how to turn me on too, so it's okay. I feel your pain.
And I'm of the opinion that I already think Jeff is kind of sexy, even though he doesn't think he's sexy. So the more he does this, the more sexy I'll think he is, and the more I want to hook up with him at some point if I ever visit the UK. So, Jeff, you're
When
digging
you're
your own fucking grave.
So when you're ambassador to Scotland,
When I'm ambassador to Scotland, I'm going to come down and visit you, and we're going to get really hot and dirty together. And
problem is, I told
especially if you keep on with this Scottish accent thing, you know, we could end up being the next power couple of YouTube at this rate, and it's all entirely your own fault.
well, the problem.
No,
is,
we would do something to prevent this.
Dave, as I pointed out. in
Why
the
would you do
last
something to prevent this? This would be fucking awesome. We could rule fucking YouTube, Jeff. You and we could rule YouTube.
I don't
You
think
know-
you two would be able to handle the sexiness.
Nah,
Okay,
I don't.
You guys could bring in like 20 bucks.
Wait. Right. We are 23 minutes into the stream, and we haven't got to a question yet.
That's not my... What? No, I was going to say it's not my fault, but it is
Question-
entirely my fault. I'm sorry, Dave. Mute
Question
me.
1: What's sexier, Scottish or Irish accents?
Scottish
Oh.
by a long shot. I'm sorry,
Oh
nothing,
no.
but Scottish accents are way more sexier.
No.
And
No.
I can gauge that by how wet I get.
No. Lovely. Right. First question.
It
Right.
depends on the region. Depends on the region of Scotland it came from.
Oh, okay, I'll grant that. The closer they are to the man in the boat, the wetter I get.
The
Right.
Highlands
Two
are-
things. Okay. Firstly, both Badger and Jen have to say something in the chat so they can be tagged, because people are getting pissed off with not being able to tag you. Right. And secondly,
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
much more importantly, question 630. Your 13-year-old self will be given $10 million if they can split up a happy marriage. How would you go about it?
At 13?
Yes.
I'd use a Scottish accent.
Oh,
That wouldn't
well,
be hard at all.
okay. It would have to involve someone that my 13-year-old self didn't like, but you know.
Would it involve a Scottish accent, though, Jeff?
I couldn't say for sure, Jen.
How much am I getting paid here?
10 million.
Jeff, I
10
just live
million.
for it.
Well, I suppose the easiest way at 13 is just scream pedophilia at somebody.
That's enough to split up the marriage. Nerdy says...
Maybe.
Maybe. Nerdy says, I pretend to be their secret love child.
Fuck's sake,
both
is
of them?
Nerdy in the chat?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, God, there's going to be a whole chapter about me with a group of Scottish people in a fucking orgy, isn't there?
Right, Randy just says
Scottish
bribe them.
bang!
Scottish bang bang.
I said no. I said
Bang
no.
bang?
You will hope
Scottish
it's
gang bang.
You'll be
Scottish
sandwiched between
bang bang.
Sean Connery and Ewan McGregor.
I can live
No.
with that.
Oh,
Badger.
don't do that to me.
Badger. No, it's going to be it's going to be Rabsy Nesbitt and Jimmy Cranky.
Yeah, I suppose. Probably.
The dream and the reality. Randy says bribe them. Natty says something I cannot read. An axe, I would use an axe. You're 10 million, you could just kill one of them. You gotta get divorced. Rather than...
I would use
well,
an axe.
Okay, so this is how I would do
You'd
it.
kill one of them?
Hold on,
What?
let Badger answer, Jen. Let him answer.
This is how I would do it. I would use most of the money to buy the rights to Star Wars.
That's not enough
Then
money. $10 million is not enough money to buy
Then
Star
with
Wars.
the remainder, I would buy a notepad and leave love notes for one or other of the spouses.
I've got a question for you, Badger.
Yes.
Would you cast Sean Connery? Because if you're going to cast Sean Connery, then you've got my backing by 100%.
That
Why
old
not?
fart.
Cast him as some ancient Jedi master or whatever. It looks like a dragon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm on your side, Badger. That's it. I'm done. Disney can fuck off, and we're having Sean Connery as Jedi Master.
You know, you do realize that he's so old, he's probably incontinent.
Yeah, as long as he can swallow a Viagra, I'm all for it.
Right, Lone Wanderer says, I'd pay one of them to have sex with someone else. He's gone.
Sorry, I just said we're on fucking Chris Rapper in the chat.
Yeah, Chris, I'd offer them 1 million each to split.
That was gonna be my answer, something along those lines. Offer them a bunch of money to split up.
Oh, see, I was thinking of that.
Right, I need to-
Group I'm with would want something.
Right, I have to wish
I love
Manda
you,
really good.
Chris.
I have to wish Manda really good luck because she's just going into pre-op now.
Okay, good
So
luck,
I hope-
Manda. I hope it goes well for you.
So we should hopefully hear back this afternoon.
Good luck, Amanda.
Bye bye, Amanda. No, that's not the right.
No!
Break a leg.
No. Medical stuff you do not say break a leg for, Jack.
Oh,
They fucking will.
Just don't do anything I would do.
You say, have a nice surgery.
IQ says...
Don't be cut where I wouldn't. No, that doesn't work either.
Because you have different
I'm going to
medical
mute
issues.
myself now.
IQ says, splitting up a happy marriage, 10 million, all I have to do is wait.
What you do, Dave, is you take the 10 million, you buy a notepad, and you write love notes to one of the two spouses, whichever one you think would be most likely to go for you.
Mm-hmm.
You make them really convincing but quite subtle, and then you just show up at the door one day and confess your love for that spouse. And
Right. Natty's
then
kind of started off as a porno, and then it just went downhill.
That's what it is.
Porno? I've got to unmute for
Well,
that. What porno are we talking about?
Okay,
It says,
let me
okay,
think.
First,
You read it.
Yes.
I'm back in a second.
it says, okay,
Does
let
it,
me
does it
think
involve
first.
Scottish men?
No, it doesn't, Sweetness. I guess the plumber could be Scottish. So they would pose as the plumber and fuck up making it smell bad. I'm like, they would pose as the plumber and, snake
Hang on,
the
did you say fucked up and made it smell bad?
Yes, they want to make it smell bad and, have them break up because of that. I was thinking that they were going to snake someone's drain.
If your sex smells bad, you're probably doing it wrong.
I don't think that's what they meant.
You mean snake the kitchen drain or the other drain?
I don't want to know where that thought was going.
I don't know where. No.
It's a euphemism.
If that's anything about anal sex, I just don't want to know.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, you said you had this quota of trying to keep 1 in 5 questions smutty.
Yeah. This wasn't a smutty question.
That's fucking going out. That's going out the fucking window in the stream. You know that.
I gave Dave the option to kick me from the stream during Six Pack. I said I was very drunk and this is going to go badly, and he said I want you there and more drunk.
You want some, Jen?
Entirely his
That
fault.
one was not
And
your
it's
fault.
in the
That
chat
was
in
me.
Six Pack.
Right. Jeff, your answer.
Well, like I said, I if I'm gonna break from that, it has to be someone who I broke up with parents to someone I really didn't like. I think I could do that, but how to do it is the question.
Just walk in.
You know the easiest way,
Yes,
Jeff?
it is. That's exactly what he asked.
That's
Yeah,
the
you know what the easiest way is, Jeff? You sleep with both of them.
At 13, that would work.
That could work because both of them would end up in prison.
Just walk in and slap both of them, and while you're in there,
Oh
leave.
fuck! You said 13-year-olds. Right, I'm retracting what I said.
Actually, that's
Walk in.
that would probably be.
Slap both of them, and just leave again.
Just don't say anything.
They'd be so confused that they'd break up.
Actually, especially if I'm going to be doing that to someone I really, really don't like, I could split their parents up, get at least one of them thrown in jail, and then go up to that person and put my finger up and say that. Smell your mother.
Oh God, Jeff!
Oh my god.
I'd like to correct my previous statement, because 13-year-old me had absolutely no idea of ever having sex in my life. It was terrifying to me.
I'm intrigued, right? Especially going through the chat as well. The number of people that seem to want to get at least one of them done for
See,
paedophilia.
this right here, this shit right here is why I made the blanket fort.
It's not doing a very good job, is it, Badger, to be honest?
It's keeping me completely safe and protected and cozy.
I was gonna say, do you feel safe and cozy?
Do you have any idea how hot it is outside today?
Transparent.
I'm an innocent. I didn't even masturbate until I was in my mid-20s.
Bullshit.
But she's made up for it since.
Yeah, I definitely made up for it since. But that's not bullshit. That's actually the truth.
Okay, fair enough.
Natty says
I
basically
had a-
I'd pull
I
an
had a-
Amityville horror.
I shared a bedroom with a sibling. I had to wait a long time too.
That's not why I didn't, but yeah, I can understand that, Jen. Totally understand that. But mine had something to do with yeah, not liking it. So
Right, next question, I think.
sorry, I just brought the conversation down. I will mute myself now and somebody else take over.
Right. Question 631. Is there anything that you learned at school that has had any kind of practical application in real life?
Typing.
No, yeah, I mean, you know, learn like basic maths or English at school, so of course.
Yeah, most of the stuff I learned at school I've been able to use.
You mean like reading and writing? No.
But my point was a
Reading,
direct...
writing, even calculus I've used in the work I do. So Yeah, everything.
Yeah. It's the I learned the 3 R's at school: reading, writing, arithmetic.
Oh, I thought it was reading, writing, and rooting.
I failed chemistry, but I learned how to make explosives.
But you're American. I thought that was something everyone had to learn there.
Well, it is.
Actually, a lot of places don't even teach chemistry. I never learned chemistry.
Hey Jeff, I need some more Sean.
Ask Badger.
He's away. He left us.
See, I could turn this back around on you guys. You want to give me Sean, but it just says how much you love me.
So I don't have his voice to fangirl over right now.
Sure enough.
Yeah, you see?
Sure enough.
Natty,
I can end this right now by saying every time you do your Sean's, you turn me on, and I love it because you guys are awesome. And come on, turn me on. Turn me on some more. Come on, I dare you.
Math. Natty says math.
No,
Joan,
no, no, fuck you on about Mary Doll.
Joan says English. Natty says all of math and science. Math Pig said sales, selling stuff.
Tell us about the candles.
Are you wanting something there, Badger? I thought you didn't like physical contact, so
I have
obviously it's
no
Badger's
idea
I'm
what
going
this-
to when I visit the
But it's
US.
happy to send you
No
candles.
idea what the story is about. Somebody
Badger is flirting with me.
I think I
I've
can.
got a
I think I
question.
can get off Scottish accent. So.
Go on, Jenny.
Sorry, Jack.
What was the most the single most useful course or class that you had in high school?
Well, that was kind of the question.
No, it wasn't.
That was what it was aimed at. It was aimed at what was the most useful thing, which was the most practical, useful
I missed
class.
the question. What's the question?
Is there anything you learned at school that has had any kind of practical application in real life?
Well, see,
How to
that's,
give
that
a
one is
blowjob.
qualitative, the other is quantitative. They're not
Yes,
the
but
same
it's
concept at all.
yeah, but I didn't learn English at school, so.
If somebody punches you in the face, lean into it.
Yeah.
Don't go stumbling backwards because they'll follow you and keep punching you.
I think my most useful class was all the years of Latin I took.
all the years of
You
Latin.
learn- Badger, you learned the wrong lessons at school. Mine was someone punches you in the face, kick them as fucking hard as you can in the balls, and then
Run.
once they're down on the floor, do whatever the fuck you want to them.
Or
You and I had the same
Ooh.
teacher, Jeff.
or you just
When I
start
took
moaning
martial-
and ask them for more and just act like you're turned on by it and see how much they can get freaked out.
Or just give me a call, and since I'm a bottom, I'll go down without all that other mess.
Exactly.
Don't
Start moaning
don't
like
need
you're
all the
enjoying it.
foreplay.
So I mean,
One of the things I learned
Okay.
during Taekwondo about self-defense is that if somebody comes at you, you hurt them enough to put them down so they won't get up quickly, and you walk away. You don't hang around for the cops to show up or anything else. You walk away. You hurt them enough to make sure they won't get up and follow you.
that's pretty. Yeah, because I
I'm
did
that.
I did Taekwondo for a bit, Jen. I
Me
became
too.
Karate for a bit as well, but
I was one grade off my black belt. Then I stopped.
Oh, you
I had to stop.
so you'd fucking whip my ass. There's no two ways about that. There, I never
I
got
wouldn't
that far.
now. I'm fucking too old, and it's been too long. But at the time, I actually wasn't
All
too
right.
bad. But I fucked my knees up doing it, and I was told by a doctor I had to give it up.
I'd certainly
Or
learn.
else I'd end up
Pressing,
with
I was
Yeah.
going to learn like Brazilian jiu-jitsu or something, so I can take them down on the floor and then fucking stretch them and torture them, basically. But
Badger.
My
Bap,
brother
bap,
got
bap,
me
bap.
into doing martial arts, and he did it to teach me how to defend myself because of all the bullying I got in high school. He was awesome for that. He realized how much bullying I got from being intersexed and everything. So he got me to do martial arts so I could defend myself, and I used it twice. And that twice was enough to stop. And although they would psychologically bully me, nobody ever physically bullied me after that because I would defend
we know
myself.
Right.
we know the rules. You know the rules. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir.
Right.
And drunk James
Badger!
is serious.
Badger.
Let's do a stream about swords at some point.
Oh damn it! That wasn't worth it.
Right.
Please,
now,
Badger, let's do a stream
I
about
have
swords.
an actual comment as well.
Sure.
Because
Do you
the
think
most
our
useful, the most
You want-
useful thing I learned in school was that
Yeah.
nobody in a position of authority knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Pretty much.
You should not take anything they say seriously and should figure things out for yourself.
I agree with that to some
Everyone
degree.
should do that.
Right, I need to catch up with the chat. Natty then adds, and history. IQ says, I got cheese in a juice box. It was spectacular. Natty keeps adding, writing. Science Talk Chris says, sex ed kept me childless so far. Go condoms. Ike says, math, English, French, physics, chemistry, and obviously wrestling. Orla says, I had a body massager with a heat function. Was definitely not for that. I think that's from the previous question. Natty says, that's chemistry, technically physics. Sorry, I like school. Jones says, retail is the only school I have a diploma from. Shit. Oh, that's the news. Lone Wanderer says, I learned how to get a hand job in public without anyone noticing.
Okay, I need to hear that story. Is this
Natty's-
was that from somebody who talks in streams? Because I need to hear that story.
I heard her in the stream yesterday for the first time.
Awesome. So you get her in, and I need to hear that story.
No, who said that?
Lone Wanderer.
She's a Kiwi.
Is it a
Jen.
he or her? Or they?
She's
I
a
dated
Kiwi.
this woman for a while.
I
and
did
he
not
kept
learn that
wanting
skill
to-
until well after school.
She's a Kiwi, Jen, by the way.
Sorry.
I dated this
She's
this
a
woman
Kiwi.
for a while who kept wanting to get me to orgasm while driving. Not a good
Why?
idea.
Cause it's fun.
I
But
don't
your
know.
orgasms are amazing, Jen. I've heard them.
Natty
You
says,
have not. That's
now
not
if you
that
want to ask...
loud. Now my
Oh,
neighbors
sorry.
did not open the
That's
door.
the
asked
stuff
what's
that's
going on.
supposed to stay in private. I apologize to the stream.
I'm never leaving my blanket fort again.
No.
Poor Badger.
Right, Chris Science Talk Chris says, gym class is the best. IQ says, I learned more about sales after school. I am losing... Natty says, why did the mushroom go to the party?
Because he was a fun guy.
Very good.
Is he one of the magic mushrooms, though?
No.
That's a really old joke. You know.
It is. They're talking about the protests now.
I'm
IQ...
beginning to think Dave needs to mute me until he actually wants to hear from me.
IQ said, majors in theatrical lighting design, learned a lot about electricity. That came in handy, being someone who vapes constantly and is able to fix electronics around the house. So the vaping is the most important thing there. Natty says, if two gay men wear glow-in-the-dark condoms and sword fight with them in the dark, is this a lightsaber battle?
Yes.
I feel Badger should answer that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have
Have
a
you
friend
done it,
who
Badger?
Not personally, but I have a friend who I'm fairly certain has.
So,
He recently dropped himself in the shit because he was looking on Grindr at people in the I can't remember which European country it is, but there is one, I think it's Norway, that has a town called Hell.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Yes.
when we
do.
when we discovered this, somebody said to see you in hell, and while you're there, check out the dating prospects. So we did. Unfortunately, Grindr shows people when you look at their profile. So suddenly
Yes.
he had a load of Norwegian pretty boys messaging him.
Oh wow.
yeah, Hell is a small village in Norway, so.
Apparently, the gays there are much more attractive than in the UK.
Or they're better liars.
I'd just like to point out that I'm glad I know who all of you are because I can now no longer read the names under people.
There does seem to be quite an appetite. in the
And I
UK for
blame
odd
Dave
sex.
entirely because he
Just for
insisted
the
on
rec-
drinking.
Just for the record,
Right.
Hell means overhang in Norway, 'cause that's
Also-
kind of what it means. So
For
There
the
we go.
chat.
So that
yes,
means that
yeah.
hell is a hung hangover.
I'm having an amazing problem at the moment because right now you all sound Scottish.
Well, Hell
That was my low hung. Wait, what?
in the
Don't call me Scottish.
in the
I
old
can
North-
pronunciate.
yeah, well in the old Norse
And
mythology,
enunciate better. I really don't want to get stuck to my chair.
I was gonna say in the old Norse mythology there was a goddess called Hel. So
Yeah, but
There
if you
is.
get wet enough, you slip off.
Nerdy says reading is overrated. Right.
Says the person who's writing fan fiction.
Yes. Right, we'll have the next question.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Dave,
Hold on, Dave.
Before you ask
Jen,
your question,
Jen,
I have a
quiet.
question.
Jen,
What?
quiet. Right.
My question is, do you only want me on here so Nerdy could get more material for his fucking book?
No.
Okay,
Right.
well then I forgive you.
There
You
is
just
some,
Go on, Jeff.
Jen, there's something I want to get out here before we get on to the next question. So, Badger, you think the two guys with glow-in-the-dark condoms counts as a lightsaber duel? Do you feel like you're really in any position to criticize what Disney has done with Star Wars? Now you've said that.
I think that's the term used in the community who would engage in it.
I think if you're willing to count like two glow-in-the-dark
He's
condoms
not.
as
He's
canon,
not suggesting it's canon.
You
Yeah.
have to understand, Jeff, there are different levels of canon.
I feel
And I'm
you've.
sure,
I feel you've
I am
invalidated.
entirely sure that within the Star Wars universe, people do this and make vroom noises.
I am pretty sure
Oh,
that Walt Disney never ever put a glow in the dark condom on and made.
Wait. I am now fairly
Jen,
convinced. Wait. I am now
Jen,
fairly
hold on.
convinced. I'm now fairly convinced that Badger has.
Jen,
That's
down.
awesome,
Right.
though.
Jen, hold on now. Remember what Bobby was saying in the last stream about like little hidden things?
I
in
can't
the-
remember anything Bobby said in the last stream. He got me
You-
so wet, my brain's gone elsewhere.
Jen, they keep talking about this lightsaber crap. I keep thinking about my pussy glowing. You know, it's.
Have you got a glow in the dark vagina? Jen?
Well, you know, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Right.
It would. It'd be a talking butt. That would be an awesome party trick.
Could I quote?
That's
Could I
a whole
quote
new meaning to vajazzle.
Dave?
Yeah.
Can I quote? Can I
Inquisitive
quote? Math?
Quandary says
Dave,
that
can
hell
I-
is a state of mind, and I think it refers to this stream.
Dave, could I quote Math Pig for a moment?
Go on.
Moving on.
Yes. Everyone drink. Nerdy says, I'm doing the helicopter with a glow-in-the-dark condom on.
Fixer
You
didn't happen.
bastard, Dave! I nearly choked on that.
Not my fault. Nerdy's quite big.
Nerdy,
said-
nerdy, Fixer didn't happen. Just saying.
And how do
know
you
about
know,
Nerdy's
Dave?
proportions.
How do you know? Fuck me! I keep calling you Jay and Dave. Oh,
So
fucking
you're-
hell.
So Jen, you're saying your vodka
I
martini is shaken, not stirred.
I'm Davis.
Stop that, Jeff! You know what that does to me, and you don't want to see me horny. You really don't want to see me horny.
I think we're seeing
So-
you horny now.
So we got loud Jen,
it's-
drunk Jen, and now all we need to see on stream is horny Jen.
In all honesty,
Giving
Jeff,
me good
drunk-
vibrations.
You know how most people, when they get drunk, get less horny and less wanting of sex. I'm a very horny drunk.
You're an odd duck in that respect, yeah.
I'm an easy fuck when I'm drunk.
Do you
That-
have like a...
I saw that.
No,
I
shouldn't
saw
ask
that written on that wall. Remember?
And
Right.
my brain thought that sounded better before I said it.
Dave, next question.
I know, I'm trying.
Yeah, next question. Please, Dave, next question.
Shush!
Somebody get Jen a vodka.
No.
Fuck off.
Question 632. Just to bring it back to a normal. Have you ever slept with anyone?
Oh
my
no!
post
Oh
office box.
no!
It's empty.
Have you ever slept with... No, I'm trying now, I can't. Question 632. Have you ever slept with anyone who names their genitals? Have you named yours?
You fucking kidding? No, of course not.
To
I
which?
can't believe you asked that question.
Quite a few
Several-
people, and why the fuck would I name it?
Several of my roleplay characters have.
Oh yes, I have it, but characters have because it's funny. But no.
No, I My pussy doesn't need a name. It does its own thing.
I have had a dom who named it. Does that count?
What?
I think that counts.
I had a boyfriend who named my pussy his fun hole. So does that count?
That's more of a destination.
And shall I mute myself now?
Natty says, nope, can't say I have. Nerdy says, I call my left nut Big Dave.
Why? Is it excessively large in comparison to the other?
No, it just sounds funny when it talks.
Is it purple?
That depends how much blood gets to it.
Well, no. If you look at Dave's picture, right next to it is like big ass purple ball. So is it purple?
That's right. Does it bounce a lot? You got like bouncing balls.
And what are you
I
asking?
don't know.
Were you asking what
We
names
have
of
to
my
ask the.
partners were, or what my
We
dom
have to
called
ask
mine?
the
I
chat.
think whether the balls bounce depends entirely on the activity in question.
Exactly. See?
The chat needs to vote. Does Dave have bouncy balls? Vote 1 for yes.
Natty
Obviously,
says,
no. There's no 2 for no or anything like that. It's
no,
1 for
it's
yes.
just,
We already know that Dave
Yeah, 1
smells
for yes.
melted
If you don't
Toblerone.
vote 2 for no, 1 for yes, does Dave have bouncy balls?
Natty says, I would know right away, like, if a guy, like, alright, Gorge were ready and be like, oh, hell no, I'm not fucking with I cannot read that sentence.
I can't read half of what they say, so I've given
so-
up on that.
I think she's stoned.
We already know that Dave
Probably.
smells of melted Toblerone
Do we?
Yeah.
How do we know that?
because I confirmed it in my video.
Uh-huh.
I also explained why. You should check it out on my channel.
It's a very
Have you-
informative video.
Have you got a link? And people stop pressing
I
1.
do.
Please, we need more ones. Dave has bouncy balls.
Dave has chocolate scented balls, apparently.
Yes, Toblerone.
Well,
Yes,
the-
exactly.
The taste, I think, matters much more than the texture.
The taste. I don't tell people how they taste. You have to try it for yourself.
Why did I
Okay.
agree to come on this stream? No, that's
You
the
agreed
worst
to come on
phrase.
this stream?
It was part of the blackmail package.
Right.
Really
God,
doesn't-
there's
doesn't
so
taste-
many good bad outtakes for me on this stream. And the
I'm
one
assuming
before.
Dave asked you very nicely to come on the stream. That's it.
He didn't. He asked me well before I got drunk, and then as I got drunk, I said to Dave, "Are you sure you want me on this stream?" And he goes, "Yes." And the drunker, the better. So, as I said at the start of the stream, this is entirely Dave's fault. I am incredibly drunk, and please understand that I'm not much different for this when I'm sober.
Right.
I
Answer.
just have less filters.
Answer, Jen.
Jen at her worst is drunk Jen. And this is me at my worst. So if you don't like this, you probably won't like me when I'm sober. If you like this, go and check out my channel because I'm very close to 500 legitimate subs. Thanks, Dave.
Does anyone have a
I
link
love
to your
you.
channel? Someone should put a link to
You
your
do.
channel in. Do I?
I could do a link to my
Yeah,
channel.
the problem is I've got
maybe-
3 monitors and I still can't get up my link spreadsheet and I'm trying to do a stream.
Jen, you can't even
I
read
can
your
do it.
own
I
name
think
in
I can
this
manage
fucking
doing a
stream.
link to my
Yeah.
channel. Maybe there it is. I think I need 9 subs to get to 500 legitimately, and it'd be lovely if I got there. But whatever happens, whatever. I'd like to get there because I've got Chris and Jay doing a roast of me for hitting 500 subs. So that'd be awesome.
You sure it's Chris and Jay?
Come
Are
on,
you sure it's
chat.
not Chris
let's see
and
what you
Jay?
can do.
Yes, it's definitely Chris and Jay. I can't believe you made
It
me
could
have
be
to
John
think
and
about
Dennis.
that.
Maybe it's Dave and Jay.
Dave will be on it. Dave has to be on it because Dave
It-
knows so much about me that I don't even remember what Dave knows about me.
It could be Peter
And
would
he's
you-
going to take the piss out of me, and I love him for that. So I love all of you for taking the piss out of me. The more you take the piss out of me, the more I know you love me. So take the piss out of me, people. Take the piss out of me.
Right, just for a second.
And in
That's
case
not my
anybody's wondering what means take the piss out of me, it means poke.
Right, Nerdy
Jen,
says,
you
Nerdy
drunk.
says, my right moob is called Gerald. Gerald.
Geralt.
Yes,
It's
apparently
from
so.
Witcher.
Is it? I haven't seen Witcher.
Yes.
Right, Jen.
Already has tit.
It's also a game.
Is it? Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
You're also a game.
Jen,
No, you.
what's your answer to the question?
Fuck, lol, got me.
Oh, me?
Which Jen? Obviously
Me
not me.
or,
I talk too
or the
much.
drunken slut.
No. Yeah. Oh my god, that's what my name is for the rest of this stream. Drunken slut. I'm no longer Jen. I'm drunken slut.
You know what I can do?
Are you going to rename me as drunken slut? Are you?
Right.
I
You can't
didn't
read
know
it, so it's
until
okay.
I didn't know until this very day that naming it was a bad thing. Okay. So I'm a little embarrassed, but yeah, I did name it, and it was during my Canadian period, so I named her Regina Vagina. Sorry, and it's a cold place too.
Right. Other Jen, who is now gone.
We broke her.
I love you, Jen. Oh wow. I don't think anyone's ever broken me in stream before. I mean, Dr. Cal made me silent, but you broke me. I love you. I love you so much. What was the question again? Have I ever slept with anyone who names their genitals? No, I haven't.
And have you ever named yours?
Have I named my own? No, I haven't. But I should. I really should.
A poll on Twitter, perhaps?
I think I might name mine Wet and Wild.
It's not very catchy.
Does that work?
It's not very catchy.
None of you have slept with me, so you don't know if that's true, but...
It makes promises.
It sets up the expectation.
Yeah. Seraphim.
You guys can figure it out later if you ever get the opportunity. And everyone in the stream may have that opportunity if you ever meet me because I'm pansexual.
And a drunken slut.
and a drunken slut, yes.
Nerdy
I'm
says...
definitely the drunken slut for this. If anyone in the chat wants to say, I've got a question for the drunken slut, you'll know who they're talking about.
Nerdy says, Jen's little gina.
Is that going in the book, Nerdy?
What do other people say in the chat, Dave?
No one else has said anything of relevance.
Aw, bastards. I love you in chat, I really do.
Badger. Oh,
Daddy,
you already answered.
You are never going to ask me on when I'm drunk.
I can say some more.
Hey, Joan.
What could you say?
Joan, wait a minute, Joan. Let's get together. We can fix that.
I don't have to.
Jen, you know I do stuff with you that you would blow your fucking mind if we have got to.
I was talking to Joan, not Jen.
Oh, John.
Ah, damn.
Well, you know I'd blow your mind as well, so there you go.
Well, probably.
Seraphim. Oh no, you already answered. Damn, I'm done. We're done. We can escape this
Did you
question.
want me to elaborate?
What about you, Dave? Have you answered the question? I'm having
Yes,
to take
Dave.
notes
That
for
has Jen.
current hospital.
Oh, Seraphim, you were going to elaborate, weren't you? What did he
No,
call
it
it?
wasn't. He just called it his fuckhole. That's
Oh,
all.
you did
It wasn't
answer.
very-
My bad.
He what? He called it what, Seraphim?
He called it his fuckhole. He wasn't very
Oh, he
creative.
called... He called your thingy's fuckle, or he called his penis your...
No, he called my vagina his fuckhole.
Oh,
He called-
okay, that's alright. That gets rid of the confusion.
I am not going to tell what he called his penis because that's his business.
I have to know. I'm sorry, Seraphim. You've said that. I have to know. Did he? did he call it his woody pecker, or did he call it his pole of ecstasy, or I don't know.
reckon he called it Little John's quarterstaff.
I won't say what he called his because he'll know because it's really unique. I will say that I did date a guy who called his Paco though.
Paco. Paco's
Well,
bell.
that's pretty.
Well,
The feather duster.
I've certainly never ever given my genitals names, but if I were to, I would probably plagiarise the old professional wrestler Ric Flair. And go, woo! Have you ridden Space Mountain?
You did the voice wrong though. You have to put more feeling in the woo.
Right.
You just
That's better.
You
The rod
fucked
of
up the
truth.
entire illusion. You did all the lovely Sean Connery and stuff, and then you went Ric
Then
Flair.
I got Ric Flair.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you fucked it up. Sorry, Jeff.
There we go. Passion killer.
Right.
Passion
The
killer.
staff of wisdom.
There's no wisdom there.
Badger.
The
Badger.
wing
IQ.
walk.
Jen,
I'm just
Jen.
enjoying Badger talking. That's all I can say.
Jen, would you prefer it if I renamed it to my Wolfa PPK?
I would. I so would, Jeff.
Right.
Jeff, would you talk dirty to me, Jeff? Just.
Right.
Jen's beauty.
Dave's
IQ.
little helicopter.
Okay. Catnip goes, the fuck pole goes in the fuck hole. IQ says, Dave's named his Richard out of respect.
The lamp post.
That one was lame.
The most euphemism
The
I've ever heard
slippery
for a
lamp
dick
post.
is the love muscle.
I
Don't like
heard
the
a
love
bunch
muscle.
of them, or excuse me, read a bunch of them whenever I did editing for an erotica thing. But
Right.
just partners, that was my experience. But
Self the purple.
Gandalf the Purple.
my favorite thing from editing erotica was satin cloaked steel for how it felt.
Oh, hi Orla.
The semen.
I
You know,
can't
you-
even fucking type.
Well, you know what you call a man with a purple dick, don't you?
What?
A tight-fisted wanker.
Oh dear. The weapon of ass destruction.
No. Right, next question.
You're doing it wrong, Badger. You are fucking doing it wrong. Well, unless
Big
you're gay
red
sex,
riding
which is
rod.
totally
Let's do it. I like that one. Say that one again.
The big red
Okay,
riding
sex.
rod.
I just like hearing him talk, and he's talking all sexy all of a sudden. That's great. I'm loving this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, hey.
I'm like you too, Seraphim.
Well, hello.
Stop it, Badger. You're too young for me.
Long dong silver.
That was great.
Do it in a Scottish accent, and oh, I'm gonna have to change my underwear.
Nerdy says pink
Long dong
polecat.
silver.
Nath-
Oh god, that's awesome. Oh, I'm gonna squeeze. I'm gonna capture that.
Natty says Gene Simmons of Kiss Love Gun.
Okay.
No idea. IQ says Little
I don't
Richard
know.
Simmons.
I'm
Conan-
assuming Gene Simmons from Kiss, the guy with the long tongue.
Yes.
Oh,
The
don't talk
hard
about my-
pink baloney pole.
Right, wait there. We need to move on. We need to move on.
Dave is never gonna have me on his stream again.
Oh no, he will with this amount of entertainment. Jim.
Right,
He
we
will.
are over an hour in, and we haven't managed the end of the third question yet.
Well, I warned you, Dave. I told you this wasn't a good idea.
I'm being good. It's not my fault.
You've already had to mute me, what, 6 times? Sorry, yeah.
And considering I don't mute people, that says a lot. Right,
I'm drunk. What the fuck do you expect?
next
To be
question.
fair, Dave, you were warned.
You were
You
warned.
knew what you were getting into.
Right, moving on.
Oh, shit.
Question.
tell you what I nearly did.
Question 633. Would you rather have uncontrollable gas at work for the rest of your life, or uncontrollable gas on every first date for the rest of your life?
Oh, at work.
Oh, work! Yeah, definitely. Come on! When I get together with Jeff, I want it to be sweet and innocent. I want him to talk with that Scottish accent.
Jen, pull my finger.
Oh yes, every time go.
Badger!
What were the options?
Work, first date.
Work. They're paying me to be there. They're not paying me not to gas them.
Yeah, I'm voting work too. Fuck those guys.
Work. Lone Wanderer says first date. Lissy says work. Nerdy says work, sod 'em all.
Exactly, fuck them all.
Natty says every first date because I don't date. Chris says first date, man, that isn't every day. Jenny, what did
I
you
just
answer?
want to say, fuck you, Badger. I saw your retweet.
What did I?
Oh,
What
that
the-
one.
Jen's Lil Corner is drunk. Please jump in and that one. I love you, Badger, but fuck you. Disney, Star Wars.
Robert says first date. I always start with the last date anyway.
I just like to point out that the only
Kind of
reason
how
we
it goes for
say
me, so.
Disney Star Wars so much is because that little growl you do, Badger, is so fucking sexy.
Exactly,
And we just
that's
want
what
to
I
hear
was
it
saying.
so much. Yeah, I mean, it's so sexy that Disney Star
Yeah, but it's not as good with his new microphone.
Is fucking awesome. Yeah, that little fuck, just sounds like what I want to hear if you were doing me.
You just have to get your mouth in a different position with the mic.
I'm very good at getting my mouth.
Star
in
Wars
different
is non-canon.
Right, what was the question on Six Pack?
Yeah, yeah.
What was the question on Six Pack?
I guarantee you, Badger,
believe there was
Badger,
a- I believe there was an implication of a lot of sexual innuendo within Disney, like for example, Toy Story. Like Bobby brought up, anyone noticed that the characters' names are Buzz and Woody?
Yeah, I'm so on with that conspiracy theory. Disney is all about the sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
What is Buzz and Woody mean? Anything?
Toy Story. They're from a movie, Jen. They're from a Disney
Kids movie.
kids movie that
I think
basically
she's
a porn
asking what they
movie.
mean in the context of sexual.
Yeah, what does Buzz
Well,
mean?
Woody isn't.
I'd have thought Woody
I'll
was
let
pretty
somebody
up
else
there.
answer.
Yeah. I would have.
You let someone else talk?
I'm gonna try because I realize I'm talking over absolutely everyone right now, and I apologize because drunk Jen has absolutely no filters, never shuts the fuck up. And I warned Dave, just for the record to the entire chat, I fucking warned Dave this would happen.
And this is
You
different. to Sober
fucking
Jen
warned
now.
him, did you?
Will you shut the fuck up? I hate you all, but I love you at the same time.
Right, I think we'll go to the next question.
Next!
Please save me.
I
Question
didn't
six.
answer.
Did you not?
Jen didn't answer. Yes, Jen didn't answer.
Jen.
That other one was too busy talking.
She talks enough for the two of you.
Fine, I'll mute myself and you can unmute me when you want me unmuted too earlier.
Work. Okay, go on. Next question.
Work. Most people won't work. Right. Okay. Question 634. What do you use to remind yourself that everything isn't that bad?
Cute animal pictures?
My vibrator.
I like my vibrator. It just can't pull my hair and call me a bad girl or call me by my pet name. So.
Well, I have recordings of Jeff and Badger for that, so I'm perfectly fine.
I'm sure there's someone.
Okay.
I play with my tits.
What was that, Badger?
I play with your
someone who
tits too.
can give them.
I was gonna.
You're more than welcome to, sweetheart.
To remind me that everything is not. To remind me that everything is not that bad. Portsmouth fans.
I like the way you said that with a sneer.
Wait, no, what fans?
Portsmouth.
I clicked the wrong fucking button. I knew there was a reason why I loved you, Jeff. And I hate fucking sport, but yeah, that's brilliant. Portsmouth sucks.
I think I need a translation here. I don't understand.
You already got translated in the early 80s.
It's a British football thing.
Oh, never mind. I don't need to understand that crap.
No, you don't. It's just shit.
It's a
just
sports
shit.
reference, and despite Jeff loving soccer, I still think he's fucking awesome. Go sub to Jeff if you're not.
Why
sub
won't
to
you
Jeff,
hold it
he's
against him?
amazing.
You should hold sports against people. It makes
No,
life much easier.
no,
I
no,
do.
no, you're wrong. I actually don't care if people like sports, but I don't like sports myself, but I don't care that people like sports. I think that's perfectly fine, but
I cheer for whoever's winning.
Dave.
And to just actually then I can give Badger a reason to dislike Portsmouth, that someone who was involved with Disney is now like the CEO of Portsmouth Football Club.
Who?
The bloke who's, I forget his name, but the bloke who's, I think, who's like in charge of Portsmouth. He was involved with Disney, so.
Did he have anything to do with Star Wars?
Right, one second.
I have to wander off for a
I'd
bit. I'll be
have
back
to
in a
look that
second.
up.
Okay.
I'd have to look that up.
Right, let's just do the chat then.
Which is fine. I think it's ironic because I mean Portsmouth are a fucking Mickey Mouse football club. So.
More
Right.
Disney.
More Disney. You want more Disney? That's what makes you feel better about life.
Instead of holding sports against somebody, I would much rather holding against somebody be the sport.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right. Natty says wine.
Michael Eisner was chief executive of.
Oh, Michael Eisner, yeah, Michael Eisner.
From September 1984 to September 2005.
Oh,
you can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Natty says my hubbies. All is eating people.
Yes.
I'm not sure which way to interpret that from Orla.
I just want to know if Orla practices safe eating and uses proper condiments. That's all I want to know.
Badger?
No comment.
Joan says music, loud music. To which Natty says music, the stars, sunsets.
What do I use to remind myself of the world?
IQ says pit. What? Go on.
No, come back to me.
Come back to you. IQ says pictures from the Creation Museum. Natty says margaritas, Game of Thrones, True Blood, Star Wars, Star Trek.
Natty just wrote a whole list.
He did. Horror movies and metal.
I have recently gotten into cheesy horror movies. They're so great.
Horror movies I can get behind, but metal you can fuck off. Sorry.
I recommend everybody watch Robo Vampire.
Metal doesn't make you feel better?
I sit in my smoking jacket and I have a nice cup of tea and a fry-up, followed by Battenberg.
Natty finished with mixed martial arts, cooking, baking, and pot. Joan says...
Oh, god damn it, I've got hiccups.
Apparently hiccups make the stream.
Fuck off. Somebody scare me. I need these gone. That I have fucking hate hiccups. What?
You're pregnant.
Fuck you.
Chocolate-covered bacon. Joan says, contemplating to go into therapy and realise it can't be that bad. Orla says, yes, I like garlic. Lots and lots of garlic.
I approve.
Did you guys manage to move on to another question without me?
No. Catnip says
We would
baby
never
cuddles.
do that.
I thought it was entirely my own fault that we were moving through
And
questions.
IQ is evil.
The Lone
Says-
Wanderer is someone after my own heart, and I entirely approve of.
I know.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a moment or three.
Okay. I have to do a
I
joke.
can't believe I've let myself get this drunk just for Dave.
I told you it wasn't just for me.
The funny
It
thing
was.
is,
You
just
asked
for
me to stay
Dave.
drunk.
You've seen Dave,
No,
haven't you?
I want to. Okay, I want to point out that
Jay?
Fuck me.
Dave, let's just call him Dave.
That Dave said he wanted drunk Jen on this stream, and he's got drunk Jen, and I stayed drunk because I was getting sober before, just for Dave's benefit, and I'm really, really off my fucking tits at the moment. So.
yeah.
There's a
you know
joke
the
here.
best thing-
Wait there.
You know the best thing about this, Gem, is that I've been drinking a bit today, and I'm a bit merry and tipsy now.
No one had
And
noticed.
you're taking the fucking heat right off of me.
Jen.
I
Jen.
don't mind that, Jeff. I have had 6 drinks, which are mostly a vodka, in the
Jen.
last couple of hours. So there isn't more drunk. And in case anybody's wondering in the chat, I am a
Try louder,
lightweight as
Badger.
far as alcohol goes.
Jen. You're at that stage of drunkenness where you repeatedly tell everyone how drunk you are.
I'm
She's also
aware of
telling
this,
us how much
Badger,
she
but I
loves
can't
us.
stop myself.
She's at the stage where she's telling us how drunk she is
Right.
and how much she loved us.
There's a joke in the chat.
But I'm also not drunk enough to aware. I'm also not drunk enough that I actually am aware that I'm doing this, but I can't fucking stop myself.
Right.
So-
Mute. Right. There's a joke in the chat. There's a joke in the chat.
You realise he muted that just as I told him to fuck off.
There's a joke in the chat from Wes. Why wasn't Jesus born in Australia?
Because of me.
No, because he couldn't find 3 wise men or a virgin.
Exactly.
Yay.
See, I told you it was because of me. Because I'm a wise woman and I'm not a
managed to
bitch.
convert the whole country by turning water to wine, though.
Does
Yeah,
it have
maybe.
to be? Does it have to be good wine or does it have to be cheap wine? I think Jesus made some fucking cheap wine.
In all honesty, most Aussies would rather have a scotch or a beer.
I'd rather have rum and coke, honestly, usually.
A vodka
I agree with Lone Wanderer's assessment.
Wait there. We get to the end of this. Lone Wanderer says, "I like a nice fry-up badger." I missed IQ's. Wait there. I can't even read that word. Epicurus consolidation. Consolation of philosophy. Just 2 seconds. Let me finish the chat.
While I was going to the bathroom, I got this message. Jesus is very unhappy with you being this drunk. I just want you to know.
Fuck Jesus. Unless it. Well,
I want to know
especially
exactly
fuck
where
Jesus.
you found that message in the bathroom.
Is that
No,
Jesus?
no, she said on the way to the bathroom, so she wasn't even in the bathroom yet when she got the message.
Can
Yeah,
someone
that's
say
correct.
Jesus in a Scottish accent? Because that
Jenny.
would really be awesome.
Jenny, I just want to check, was that Jesus or Jesus?
Or was it
Jesus.
Jesus?
No, it was Jesus.
Okay, just making sure.
You know, the
Jay
one
is hot
who's-
as hell,
one
but
who's married-
actual
married
Jay,
to
not Dave.
that
Jay is
that
hot
Be-
as hell,
Beyonce
but
castle.
he's with Raven, so.
Someone
And I love
Someone-
Raven.
just threw their microphone. Right. Apparently, chocolate-covered
Yeah, that
bacon
was me, sorry.
is a real thing, and it's heaven and hell
Is
and
that a
orgasm.
drink you're having?
Yes. There's a thing that I
no.
discovered through. Does anyone know the YouTube channel that I've just forgotten the name of?
Lindy Bay!
I don't know anything at the moment, Badger.
It's not Lindy Beige, but Lindy Beige is very good.
Lindy's fucking
Epic
awesome,
Meal
I love
Time,
Lindy.
that's it.
Bill's-
Epic Meal
Bill's
Time.
Pleasure
I
House?
fucking
No.
love Epic Mealtime. They're amazing.
Never
Has
heard of it.
anyone tried to
Hang on, hang on,
make?
hang on.
Has anyone tried
What's
to
that
make
called? Because I need to subscribe. If you two think it's amazing, I need to subscribe.
Epic Meal Time?
Okay, you need to send me the link to that later, Badger or Seraphim, either of you. I don't care. If you guys think it's amazing,
None of
I
you
believe
need to send her the link. She won't remember.
Has anyone
I
tried
don't care.
making?
I'll remember later.
Dan?
No, that's a lie.
Has
I
I
probably
just want to
will.
hear Badger's
Yeah,
sexy
brutal.
voice.
Has anyone
One at a
tried
time.
making Epic Mealtime's candied bacon?
No.
I have. It's amazing.
I have, I think I put
Cats.
too much sugar on there.
Oh, I took me a few times to get it right because I did the same thing the first time. But after I've tweaked the recipe and got it right, it's amazing.
Right.
Did you do it with honey?
Is this all about food?
Yes.
It is. They make the most ridiculous stuff ever though, and they fucking love bacon.
You know, I mean, you guys know that I live with my second daughter. Oh, my second daughter. That sounds dumb. My youngest daughter. Why did I say second daughter? I've got two daughters. I've got an older one and a younger one. I live with my youngest daughter and my brother. And no, there's nothing sexual about that at all. So fuck off if anyone wants to say that. But my brother is an absolutely awesome cook, and 9 times out of 10, he will insist that he cooks instead of me because he could have been a chef because he's that good.
You mean no. That's what he's saying. What he's saying is you can't cook, but he's too polite to tell you.
I can cook. Fuck you.
What's the next question, Dave?
We haven't finished this one yet because I can't get through the chat.
Massively fucking off topic here.
Right, let me finish the chat. Okay, Robert X says, watching the Ark experience lose money.
What was the last
I'm not
question?
going to finish the chat, Dave. It keeps going.
Yes, I can finish the chat. Damn you. They're combining things now. It's all food. Okay, I can skip that.
Oh, I've lost sound here.
Hey, Dave, I actually
have to
haven't
check out and
answered
come back.
question 634.
Okay.
Have you not? Where did Jenny go? Okay. Damn, I missed it going and trying to read. Dial this number for a good time. Ask for Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, I honestly think Badger or Jeff doing Scottish voices is better than Jesus.
Badger,
What's your
first.
answer? Wait there. No! Jen, what's your answer to the damn question?
What's my answer to the damn question? What was the damn question? What do you remind yourself that everything isn't too bad?
You did answer it! You answered it!
Did we turn Jenny off? Oh, there she is.
Shush!
Oh, you're telling us to
I'm
shut-
going to tell you the rest of you to shush so I can answer the fucking question.
You already did!
The thing
You were
that
the first one!
That every... Fuck off, Dave! The thing that reminds me that everything isn't so bad is my two daughters, because they are fucking awesome.
I like that that's your second answer, and that your first answer was your vibrator.
That's both really sweet.
I never said... what?
Your first answer
that's
was
both-
your vibrator.
I never said that.
Yes, you
know
did.
for a fact I didn't.
Yes, you did, sweetie.
It's in my head.
Jen, rewatch the stream when you're sober. Now,
You said it right after you
Say
read
that.
Don't really say that.
Yes.
I have no idea.
And it's up here on the internet in perpetuity.
Fine. Okay, fine. Maybe I said that, but my daughters are actually the thing that actually found me. And they are awesome.
I'm going to read what the next question is. Oh,
Please read what the next question is, because now
I've got to
completely
change the
embarrassed.
next question.
Yeah.
I can't have the next question.
Oh, okay, apparently I've got short-term drunk memory loss. That doesn't surprise me, considering my whole world at the moment is in dual shots.
I don't think you're a short-term drunk.
I would like to point out that 90% of the streams I appear on, I have not been drinking.
Then what's your excuse on those ones?
I've
Actually,
heard you in the after parties, though.
No.
Then what's
That's
your
not
excuse
fair.
in those streams?
You know I'm mostly sober. It's mostly after six-pack that I'm drunk.
Go drunk, Jen. You're home.
Yes, go drunk, you're home.
Sorry? What was that, Seraphim?
Go drunk, you're home.
Yeah, drunk me is fun me. Ask all my actual real-life friends about drunk me. Drunk me is fun me.
Next
I'm
question.
sorry.
Dave.
Jeff.
Next question!
Next question.
Right.
Mute me, Dave. I need to be muted.
Do you? Right. Question 635. Is happiness an attainable and maintainable state for a human being?
No. I don't think it is.
I think it's attainable, but it's not maintainable all the time, and I don't think it's healthy to try. I think it's important that humans are happy sometimes, but have times when they're just neutral, just so that they can have some elevation from their neutral state and feel happy.
Fair enough. Jenny? Good Jenny?
I think you can look at happiness, I think, as either a state of being, or a moment. I think the happiness that's derived from each type of happiness is different. I think a state of happiness is a lifelong and attainable thing, but it's not the same as a happy moment. A happy moment, I think, is an intense reaction to the situation around you, and how you perceive yourself involved with it. And you're either happy or not happy about it. But the state of happiness is an overall satisfaction with yourself and those around you, what you're doing. It's the same as the moment, the same things, but not in the sense of just the moment, but in the sense of permanency. That I think our brain can look at things on a long-term basis, and that's what creates the state of happiness.
Excellent. The chat's going. I agree with BadTemperedBadger. Robert says no. Natty says attainable, yes. Maintainable, somewhat, but not all the time. Wes says that was a good answer. Natty says same as Badgers. Wes says Jenny has a point too. Wow, things got smart all of a sudden. Nerdy
Sorry,
said.
I apologize.
Wait! Just a second. There we go. Right. Nerdy's
part of the thing with Jenny, I think part of the thing is that I think we are using the word. I think we actually mean the same thing, but are using the word happiness in a different sense. I think when you say happiness, I would use the word contentment to describe what you're describing.
Badger, you've just stolen my funds, and that's where I was going to go on this.
Well, fuck you too, you Portsmouth. I don't know what.
Just everyone just needs to be quiet for a second. Bad Jen.
What the fuck? You unmuted me just as I was typing. Okay, I agree with Badger, and I can't remember where else I was going with this, but yeah. I honestly think if I could stay semi-drunk all the time, I could maintain an element of happiness 99% of the time, but generally speaking, people can't maintain happiness all the time. I know this is a fact because I actually suffer from depression as well, so intermittently from depression, so yeah. But if I could stay drunk me is pretty happy pretty much all the time, and it has no inhibitions. As everyone in the chat will have noticed, and I hate you, Dave. Why did you ask me to do this stream?
Because it's entertaining as fuck, Jay.
Yeah, fucking
Because
mute me
reasons.
again now.
Right, chat people again. Nerdy says happiness is feeling after a really decent dump. Santi says happiness is that feeling you feel right before you are sad. Wes says happiness is like a box of chocolates. Lone Wanderer says happiness is my blankets. Is my
What does that even mean? Happiness is a box of chocolates, or life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to
there are some nice bits and there are some really shitty bits.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
That was horrible.
Don't quote the fucking movie. I just don't get it. I mean, I love chocolate. I'm a chocoholic, but life isn't like fucking chocolate.
It is. Sometimes you get
everyone else. It'll only be those shit ones that nobody wants that are left.
And you'll have
okay, that works. Okay, Badger, I get that. Thank you.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a coffee one, and it's fucking horrid.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Or-
That,
or
like,
coconut.
that
You
makes
find
sense.
one with marzipan in, and it's awesome.
That was
No, it
close
really
to-
isn't. Right, we
Yeah.
haven't finished here.
Some people prefer different chocolates.
It's like Quality Street back in the day when you got you get it from the box and the only things left in it were the fucking coffee creams because nobody likes them.
Oh yeah, those are like bitter boogers.
That's disgusting.
The Lone Wanderer says, happiness is my blankets, YouTube, a glass of wine, a good book, and solitude.
I agree. Minus the wine. I'm not a fan of wine. Fuck that
You're not a
shit.
fan of wine.
Happiness is spooning and falling asleep and having a wonderful night together. Sorry.
Jeff says, happiness is a cigar called Hamlet. Ding, ding, ding.
Good. Dave remembers those commercials. Back when tobacco was actually allowed to be advertised on television.
Yes. Nerdy says, happiness is a brief feeling of freedom and gratitude. And now they're discussing. Now they're discussing chocolate. You've gone very quiet, Badger.
Oh, let's move closer again. The moments of happiness that you were talking about earlier, Jenny. The kind of the things that I think of when that I was thinking of when you described that. The times when I've kind of just lost myself in like a moment of enjoyment of something, be it with friends or alone. Like when a group of friends of mine were all playing a game, we all shared an awesome joke, and we just there for that moment, all laughing together, and it was awesome.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. See,
Seraphim. Oh, Jeff works.
As I said, I was going to echo kind of what Badger said about contentment. I think is a obtainable long term. I mean, you can obtain states of happiness, but not sustain it. I don't think you can sustain contentment, but I honestly think even if you you had that state where you had everything you ever wished for in terms of whether it be financial security, having great friends, partner of your dreams, or whatever. I don't necessarily know that happiness is a state you can maintain even with all of that. I'm not convinced. That's what I'll say.
Is happiness any different than pleasure?
I think you can feel pleasure when you're not happy. So I think so.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I've been in situations where I've definitely felt pleasure, but I wasn't happy about it.
You can be super depressed and still feel happy in the moment.
Yep.
Yes, that too.
Mm-hmm. Which is one of the most difficult things for non-depressive
Please
people
don't
to
ask me to be
understand.
sensible at the moment. I'm not capable.
I honestly think contentment is a long-term perpetual state is the best any of us can hope for. That's just my opinion, but
No, you can be genuinely happy, Jeff. I mean,
But can you?
most
No,
of the
but you
time
can't maintain it, can you?
you can't maintain it, Jen.
You're gonna have to split that up because I can't filter out your two voices.
Dave, you go first. It's your stream.
You said you can be happy all the time. I don't think you can. I don't think you can maintain it.
No. I didn't say happy all the time. I think you can maintain a level of happiness most of the time. And in all honesty, I think I mostly maintain that. I mean, not necessarily in my Twitter or YouTube life, but in my real life, I'm mostly happy most of the time.
Are you sure you're not mostly
there are
content?
Sorry?
Are you sure you're not? Are you sure you're not mostly content?
What's the difference between being happy and being content?
Oh,
That's what we're discussing.
Being content.
I'd say
that's
happy.
I mean, if I'm content about things, ultimately I'm happy about it. So I don't see the difference there.
I think we need to define what we mean by happy here.
You can't define what we mean by happy.
I would agree,
That's what
but
I
I
mean.
don't think this is the kind of stream where you do
I
that.
think we can.
Happy is
I'll
different for everyone.
answer this question.
I think a
we
lot
have
of
to-
people a lot of people are too focused on always moving and trying to do something new, and they've forgotten how to be contented just being contented. They
Yes.
can't just stay
I've
in
read-
one place and enjoy themselves.
I've read a couple of things that say that teaching people to seek happiness is a bad thing. Teaching them to seek
Can I give an
contentness.
example? When you're done, Dave. I want to apologize for fucking people's names because I'm very drunk. But I'll give an example.
Really?
I realize I'm
I'm
embarrassing
shocked.
myself incredibly at the moment. You haven't finished, have you, Dave? And I just talked over you. I
Go on.
apologize.
Go for it.
No, you go.
No, you go.
That, by
No,
the way,
you
that
go.
was
'Cause my
that was
brain
number.
will get there eventually.
That
You'll
was,
forget.
I apologize. Number
One of
87.
you go. Just whatever makes you happy.
Please
I
go,
answer?
Dave.
Wait there, Seraphim.
Yes, you answer.
Yeah, you
Go on,
answer, Seraphim.
I think that happiness is not achievable because happiness is the extreme. Contentness is the one that you want to achieve, and it is maintainable, but not for certain periods. The people that act like they're truly happy, like overly happy all the time, are the people that you need to worry about because they're probably depressed as fucking shit, and they're faking it. Because there's no one who's that consistently that happy and that overly joyful.
Okay, I disagree.
Contentment-
I disagree, but mostly the people that I have met that are that happy all the time are more often than not very dumb.
Well, that's true. Most people, excuse me, not everyone, most people cannot truly be that happy. They're either very dumb or they're just very ignorant. Like, there are some people that, in certain religions, they actually are that happy because of their religion. That's how it makes them.
You're
That's how they
right.
act. They're always that
just-
way.
I'll just poke my nose in and say that as a Brit, I am
Yeah.
very suspicious if someone approaches me, if I don't know someone and they approach me smiling.
Yes.
Exactly. Same here. Like, I'm suspicious of people anyway because I work in insurance. But like,
That's a cultural phenomenon, though.
So
Back in
Badger,
2000.
have sex, I have to scowl at you.
I already know you.
Right.
If I'm walking down the street and someone comes up to me smiling and speaks to me, I immediately think they're going to stab me.
That's a cultural expectation.
Wow.
You've been raised to feel that way and believe that.
Yeah,
I'm
would agree with you.
I'm from Wisconsin, Minnesota. We say hello to everybody all the time.
well, I'm from Georgia in the South, and we're taught to smile at everyone and say hi. But most of those people are faking it. Those people are full of shit,
Yeah,
and they don't mean it.
But they're not about
the
to
reason
stab
that
you.
the reason I think that I feel that way is from experience, in that people who approach me smiling usually want something from me.
Yes.
Whereas people who just approach me with a neutral expression, they just want to say hello.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
you
they'll
see,
smile
we
if there's
had
a
a
reason
talk.
to.
No.
Should I feel bad for wanting to use you for your voice then?
No.
Sorry?
The point is, it's definitely a cultural thing because there are cultures where you are brought up to smile.
I agree. That's just from my own personal experience.
But I agree. No, I completely agree with you.
That's
Okay,
true.
from Australian perspective, contentment is happiness. So if we are content with our lot, we are effectively happy.
Yeah, but you don't smile when you're content.
I smile all the fucking time.
You don't smile.
Well,
I've
no,
watched you
no.
code. I've watched you coding when you've left yourself in a
Oh
stream.
yeah, I
And
realize-
you are content and problem solving,
Yeah.
and you are not smiling.
Oh fuck me, my mouth won't
You
work.
look like you're about to murder
My
someone.
mouth won't work. I'm fucked. So look, yes, when I'm heavily thinking, I don't smile. I definitely have a resting bitch face.
I was going to say that
and
you have a resting coding bitch face.
Hey, now wait a
Coding
minute, now that's
I have a
90s.
resting coding bitch face, and I
That's what it
admit to
is.
that. But generally speaking, I am happy most of the time. Not all the time. I suffer from depression, so I know what it's like to feel like absolute shit.
Again, I
But-
disagree. I don't think you are happy all the time. I think you're content a lot of the time.
Well, yes, but
I think it depends
perceive
on your
contentment
definition of the
as
word.
a level of happiness that I'm happy with. Does that make sense?
Ultimately, we're like I said earlier, to really answer this, we have to actually define what we mean by happy. And that, and I think that's going to be difficult because I think we're all going to have a different answer on that.
Yes,
I can define my level of what I call happiness. My level of happiness is when I'm not depressed as fuck.
Right. How do you compare? How do you compare cooking bacon versus the birth of your child?
Oh, the birth of my child was better, but
Right,
it would have been
that's
even
the
better
point.
if I'd been the one birthing them.
No, it's like the point. My point
Nothing
is,
beats a bacon sandwich.
You asked the fucking question.
yes, but my point is that the happiness is the point at the top. Is that peak?
Yeah, but no, it's not. That's the point. You're talking about a level of ecstasy, but
No!
happiness is a gradient. It's a spectrum. There you go. Happiness is a fucking spectrum.
I never liked Sinclair.
How is that even relevant to the question?
How
He
have we
made
got into a
spectrums.
heated argument about how to be happy?
Right.
I just know I vote bacon because I don't want kids and I can't have kids, so I'm all for the bacon.
Oh, Stefan.
What? I don't want kids.
You know, me
Right.
getting married early
Bacon sandwiches are
as
nice.
I'm not really looking.
was all about having kids.
Was
The
it?
first time I got married was all about having kids.
Can I just tie a bow on this question so we can move on, Dave?
Well, can I read the chat first, and then you can tie a bow?
Yeah.
Please read. And mute me because I probably won't shut up.
Okay. Right. I don't know how far back I've got to go. Okay. Nerdy. Happiness is talking in a Jar Jar voice while Amanda can hear you, or mentioning Disney and hearing Badger get really, really angry.
What do you mean talking in a Jar Jar voice?
I hate the Jar Jar voice, but I love the growl. Just torn.
Happiness
You know
is...
what you're talking about.
Shut up.
Jeff,
Right,
please no.
listen. She has literally just got out of surgery and is listening to this, and you're torturing her. Because she just messaged me to say she's fine.
If she's still doped up on anaesthetic, she's fine.
No anaesthetic and huge amounts of pain. And you're adding to it.
If she's already in huge amounts of pain, then the Jar Jar will barely register.
I mean, it could offer a distraction.
I mean, to be honest, she's already threatened to fucking kill me, so it's not much more I can have to. I've got nothing left to lose at this point.
On top of that, who would listen to this fucking stream coming out of surgery?
Someone that wants to be tortured.
Amanda.
Right.
Actually, I think they've used this stream as a form of anaesthetic.
We are
IQ
said
talking about US healthcare here.
Oh no.
maintaining is kept. I don't understand that. Robert says an Aussie is happy as long as they're alive. With so many things out there to kill you, you have every right to be happy about that.
Hi, Terry.
Hello.
Terry's in the chat. I love you, Terry.
Hi, person I don't know.
Next question.
Right. No, we haven't finished the chat because people keep talking. I agree, it can mean the word right. Nerdy says, I immediately think that anyone who is smiling wants to try and sell me something that is utterly worthless. The guy he's Brit.
Can I tell you something, Badger?
No.
What? What's going on?
Happy has a scale. Happy 0 is the default scale. That doesn't count. That's content.
I just want to finish my point I tried to make too.
Just wait. Let me finish the chat.
All right.
IQ says, I smile not because I've ignored this shithole or of a world intent on breaking me. I smile because my thoughts are the only thing I truly own, and damn be those who think they have the keys.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Oh, someone who thinks they have free will, huh?
I know.
Okay.
No, we're not finished. Shh. Joan.
Let him get done.
Joan says, I can get happy from a colour. Happy is when I'm aware. Then people commenting on the crowd and Wes says happiness is drunken sluts. And now Jen is typing. I'm screwed. Mama says, because I thought it would feel better to be with my family. Fuck you guys, I love you, Dave. Oh, Amanda's not listening.
Just because I can't
Ashton.
type when I'm drunk, you're saying you're screwed? Fuck you.
Hi, Mama.
Right. I'm so pleased she's out of surgery anyway.
Now,
Jenny, what was your
can I
point?
go?
Yes.
Badger, going back to the cultural conditioning, you say that when somebody approaches you and they're smiling, you think they're about to stab you.
Yes.
I'm exaggerating slightly. I think
Well,
they want
I
something
understand-
from
I
me, and I'm
understand.
immediately
That
suspicious.
They may be bringing you some ill will of some sort.
Yeah.
Stabbing isn't, although
Yes.
it's a very popular
Yes.
thing these days. When I was in Boston in 2000, I was interviewing for this job, and I was taking out lunch, and we're walking the streets of some of the common area, and I'm doing my usual Wisconsin thing, and as I'm going past these people from Boston, you know, shopkeepers, customers, people just walking by, I was acknowledging, saying hello, and smiling, and just because that's what I am. And when we got to lunch, Michael, the publisher, says to me, he says, you know, you really shouldn't do that. Although it's very quaint, you really shouldn't do that. And I said, do what? And he says, well, talk to people. You talk to the wrong person, they'll kill you. So isn't that interesting that
Yeah.
one culture is afraid of one facet of talking.
But
with
oddly enough,
completely across the boat.
I think that comes down to a much deeper debate about security versus freedom.
We should have that discussion that we were talking about, Dave.
We should.
Really comes down to happiness, even.
No,
You need
I
to
don't
have
think
it when
does.
I'm not working so I can listen to it.
I'll put a bow on this. I'll
Go on,
put
Jeff.
a bow on this. Okay, and it's very simple. If you're happy
And you know it.
and you know
Your
it,
hands.
clap your hands. I think that's the best way to move on.
It is. Right, second to last
Yeah, let's
question.
move on.
Second to last question. Oh, fucking
Yeah, how late are you planning on going, Dave? Each of these questions are taking at least 20 minutes.
The last, I know. The last one is quick. The last one should be quick. Right, so this is second to last one.
I say that all the
Maybe an
time.
hour-long fucking question.
Oh, we've only done 5 questions. Right. Next question.
I want to point out this is entirely your own fault. You
Please,
could have
yeah.
said,
did.
please don't come on track, Jen, but no.
Right.
You had to have me on track.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Let me ask the fucking question.
No.
Question 636. Would you rather everyone think your life sucks but is actually awesome, or everyone thinks your life is shitty but it's actually really good?
Those were the same thing.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
One was that
No,
sucks,
they
but it's
weren't.
awesome,
No, they
and the other one
weren't.
was shitty, but it's really good.
No, she's right.
To be honest, I don't care how people think my life is as long as they enjoy the shit I make.
What?
She's
You're-
right.
You're more.
No.
you're more-
She's right. The question is screwed up. I cut and pasted it wrong.
Well, then just
I
say
think
one
the
condition
question
and
is,
then
would
the
you
next one
rather
is
that
the
people
opposite.
perceive it? Would you rather that people perceive it as good and it isn't, or would you rather it
Yes.
perceive it as bad and it is good?
Yes.
I don't care. As long as people enjoy the shit I make and they enjoy talking with me, I actually do not care. You can perceive me however the fuck you want, as long as you enjoy it.
But it's not about how they perceive you; it's how they perceive your life.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit because my life is how I perceive it. I don't care how they perceive it. My life is totally different to how people online perceive it. And the people who know me in real life know how my life is, so I don't give a shit.
So
well,
that
my-
would put you on the side of you would rather they perceive it as bad, but it's actually good.
I don't care.
No.
No,
that's-
my position is I actually do not
I'm with
care.
Jen. I'm with
That's-
Jen on this.
Yes, but the
I'm
question,
Jen.
you have to pick one.
I don't, though.
Right, no, you don't.
Dave.
You
I'm
don't.
telling you,
Sorry.
I'm not picking one. I don't care.
Right.
Okay,
Jeff.
moving on.
Right. My answer to this question is this, Dave. Here is a telephone.
Yeah.
Call somebody that gives a fuck.
Badger.
I would rather they perceive my life as being bad, and it's actually really good.
Yes.
Because, one, I don't care.
Exactly.
I do not give a single shit how people perceive me. Although, you know, there is that innate social species, I do care to an extent. But
Yeah.
I care much less than most, I think.
Yeah.
I don't really care how people perceive me. I'd rather... And also, if they perceive my life as negative, they might give me free shit, even though I'm actually fine.
Yes. Seraphim.
I would rather have a shitty life and people have a great life and people think it's shitty. Sorry, because
Yeah.
I need a break. I'm tired of stuff being fucked up.
Very good. Jenny.
People think my life is shitty, and it is.
Exactly. So I'd rather it be
I
like
don't
not
know where to go
be
with that.
great and people think it's shitty.
I have an
You know,
absolutely
I would love
miserable
to
life.
improve the life
Shut
of
up.
both you, Seraphim and Jenny. And I'm going to shut up now.
I have an absolutely miserable life, and it's kind of I don't know. I don't want to say hurtful because that implies intent, and I don't think people intend to hurt me, but it hurts when people don't realize that I'm in pain. But you know, like I said, I don't mean that as an intentional affront on people's part. They just don't know or don't perceive it or don't care. You know, and it's real difficult going. I'll stop there.
Right, the chat
I
is
want you to know, Jenny, that everyone here wants you to have a beautiful life and that you're a beautiful person, that you're awesome, and you are one of my best friends ever. So I love you.
Could we move on, please?
and how drunk she is. Right, Jen has
How
started.
drunk I am makes no difference to that, Dave. I still think Jenny's a beautiful person, and I love
How
her.
you express it is what drives how drunk you
I
is.
get that, but she knows I'm sincere.
Move on!
Right, the chat is rebelling with Jen.
She has inspired rebellion.
She has. Right, we can go to the next question. Right, we can go to the next question. Safely, going that that was a quick question, and the last question will be quick. You see, we can do quick.
You want to do a quickie? Wait, what?
We're having a quickie. Right, question 637. Would you rather have been raised by a pod of dolphins or a herd of elephants?
Oh no.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
They're both
I've seen
pretty
what
neat
dolphins
species.
get up to.
Yeah, they're sneaky little bastards. That's true.
They are.
They're both wildly intelligent.
Yep.
That is a hard choice. And they're both gray. although there are pink dolphins. You know, that would be cool to be a pink dolphin.
Yeah, I've seen some of the shit that dolphins get up to, so I think I would pick elephants. But
Badger, you've gone very quiet again.
I've seen some of the shit that dolphins get up to, so I think I would pick elephants. But I think things would be more interesting to pick dolphins.
Right. Also, why is Orla saying, Badger, please, I've been really good?
I don't know. Let me look.
Some kinky shit going on.
I imagine so.
I've been really good too, though, but that's because I haven't been able to talk very much. So yay!
Why have you not been able to talk very much?
I'll give you five guesses. The first four don't count.
So Jen puts her hand
Begin.
Another thing that would be better for being a dolphin elephants are pregnant for a really, really long time.
And they never forget.
I would say
I
dolphins because
just
of
like
how
to say
smart
I
they
have no
are.
problem with that.
I would say dolphins because of how smart they are, and they have been observed using tools, and I think that would be very great to watch.
But elephants are really smart.
They are smart as well.
And they don't seem to be as much arseholes as dolphins.
That's true. But maybe with being, with dolphins, I'd have a thicker skin, so.
I think elephants have got thicker skin.
I meant, like, not literally thicker skin.
Did you
Wait,
have
are
to
you
say
thinking
that?
of the
Because now I need to know the answer to that question. Who has the thickest skin, elephants or dolphins?
Are you saying that I would actually turn into one by being raised by them?
No, the point was not you wouldn't be.
Okay, because you're like, the elephants have thicker skin, like that threw me off.
Well, if you're not going to be turned into one, definitely elephants, because you're raised by dolphins.
Okay, I misunderstood. Then I'd want to be elephants.
Elephants.
Because elephants are known to understand family and to understand death and mourning and memory of those who passed. That they're more complete creatures than dolphins.
Ola says elephants have been observed using tools too.
Well, and that's okay. I have two of them.
So what is the question? What is the question here, Dave?
Would you prefer to have been raised by a pod of dolphins or a herd of elephants?
Strange question. Is there a purpose to this question?
But
That was a good one.
Right, we'll do quick answers, I think, now.
How about then I will just say elephants, but one day I'm going to pack my trunk and say goodbye to the circus. Trump. Oh, sorry, that sounds like a Trump.
It's going to get cut out now.
I hate you all.
Right, we do a roaring rendition of Nelly the Elephant. Nelly the Elephant.
Back to trunk and say goodbye to circus.
it's hump day.
Right, quick questions from the answers from the chat. So Natty says elephants. Robert says dolphins. The snoring of elephants would drive him insane. Both literally. Go on.
I would bet dolphins smell better than elephants.
I think smell. I think that smell. What?
I've got to ask Dave, why wasn't badgers an option?
Because I keep putting badgers in too many questions and one keeps turning up.
Have you ever seen a pack of badgers?
I've seen a couple. They're troublemakers.
They come in six
Badgers
packs
are adorable.
Badger is lovely.
Badger is lovely.
I cannot fault Badger except for his hating of Disney Star Wars.
No.
Disney
See,
Star Wars is shit and non-canon.
Badgers are really horrible creatures. I could say that. I've got a badger friend.
Hey, I'm right here.
You're not real, Badger.
Are you saying that Badger's a figment of our imagination?
No, he's one of the good ones.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to work out. I'm really bad at this. I'm trying to work out all the racist stereotypes that people say. Things that people say.
To be fair, we've
really bad at it.
I wish I had some tissues. I hate you all.
Badgers are lovely as long as you don't go near.
As long as you don't go near them. Where we go? Natty says, I want to be raised by dolphins. Joan says,
I think if we're doing it by smell, dolphins would smell fishy, and no.
That's what I was saying. They probably smell fishy.
Yeah, but the smell wouldn't matter.
He told me I smell fishy.
Yeah, but that's a different reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a hygiene.
Maybe you should just rephrase. Maybe you should just rephrase. Maybe you should just rephrase the question in terms of would you like to grow up in Regent's Park or SeaWorld?
I'm sorry, Jen. It was too good to pass up.
No, that's fine. I intend to make that an open comment.
Yes.
You
that was the that was the problem.
Thing. I'm drunk. You can take the piss out of me. Go for it.
Wes says.
What you're talking about.
Wes says badgers.
You're making me wetter all the time.
She muted herself before I could. Right. Wes says badgers are mean as fuck though. Don't want to run into one in the wild.
I think you might be confusing the American badger with the European badger.
European badgers can be aggressive fucks too, alright? Don't.
But not much as
Yeah, but neither is as bad as a Wolverine.
Oh no, nothing's as bad as a Wolverine.
The British badger.
Excuse me, wait!
The British badger will invite you back to its burrow for tea and custard creams, whereas the American badger
talk in a Scottish
invite
accent
you...
to me.
Wait a minute! The American badger will invite you to a back alley for a curb stomping to pay for its meth habit.
The badger. Will the British badger talk in a Scottish accent to me because that wins me over every time.
No, the American badger.
The British badger will do that.
The American badger.
I just want the European badger to call me kitten. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I'm eating.
Problem is though, what your description there, Badger, that the American badger, at least you know where you stand with them. When you say invite you back for a custard cream, well, we discussed soggy biscuits the other day, and so.
Badger's certainly got the accent.
Yeah, but some biscuits are good soggy.
Oh, that's not what they mean, sweetheart. No.
Right, left.
How come I'm so naive and I'm older than all of you? How can this be?
I think that particular expression is quite British.
Very British expression.
It is. Right, quick answers.
More often than you, Jen. I'm sorry.
We discussed it in some detail a few days ago on this.
I'm sorry, Jen, what did you say? I couldn't.
I know. No. What she said was not relevant to what we were talking about.
Well,
I'm drunk. Nothing I say is relevant.
Right, Jen. Dolphins or elephants?
Yeah, Jen is completely drunk. Jen is completely irrelevant. You can ignore me. I'm a fucking waste of time. Except I'm funny as fuck. Apparently.
Answer the question.
What was the question?
Dolphins or elephants?
I already answered this. I said elephants.
Very good. Seraphim.
I drown otherwise.
Shut up. Seraphim. Dolphins or
dolphins.
elephants? Dolphins. Jenny. Dolphins or elephants?
Oh, elephants.
Jeff. Dolphins or
elephants.
Badger.
I'm going to say elephants, but I think dolphins would be more interesting.
Very good. On that note,
also,
I'd also like to add, Dave. Have you seen my fucking nose? Definitely an elephant.
Jen, I think right now you could be in the middle of the plains of Africa, dry as a bone, with the elephants, and you'd still drown.
Yes.
I wouldn't be dry as a bone if you're talking in a Scottish accent to me.
You see, that's why.
Right.
Oh, not if I say this, Jen. The globe is absolute bollocks. No.
No! Don't you make me hot for Dell. Fuck you, fucking hell! I could Jay. Fuck you, Jeff.
I think you've got Jay on the mind.
No.
I have not got Jay on my mind. It's just when I'm bloody dreadful at remembering names, and when I'm drunk, I mix them all up.
You just call everyone
That's
Jay.
my problem. Yeah, I think I'll just call you all Jay from now on. Hi, Jays. I love you all.
Well, you can call us Jay, but there's only one Jesus.
There's only one Jesus. Yes, there is only one Jesus.
Right. Apparently, I've got to go. Order! Right.
Order.
Okay, are we going
And
to
at
wrap
the edge
this
of
up
that
pretty
dumpster
soon here?
fire.
We are trying to round it up now, without much luck.
I have to go get my blood drawn.
You say
I don't understand because it's always the same thing. These little bitty round things and
yes.
some that are bigger. You know, white
Shut up a
ones that are
minute.
bigger. And...
Shut up for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Right. Thank you very much to Mr. Bad-Tempered Badger.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you very much to Godless Scummer.
Indeed. This should be no problem.
Thank you
those
very
are
much.
European badgers, aren't they?
They're
Look,
so
Helen.
cute. Oh my god.
Shh.
See,
Thank you very
I
much.
always thought that you guys didn't know how to draw a badger because every time I look at something that comes out of England of a badger, it looks like, what the hell is this? It's not what a badger looks like. But it is.
I can't believe
the
the
American
sober
badgers
people
don't
are
look like that.
listening.
I know.
Right.
Right. Thank you very much to Jenny.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much to Seraphim.
Bye, lovelies.
Thank you very much to Jen.
Thank you, and I know you don't mean it, Dave. You're really pissed off that you asked me now.
No, I'm not. And thank you very much to...
You're getting yourself into, Dave.
It
Thank
was
you very
entirely his own fault.
I can talk
Well,
on it.
I tried to behave because I knew I was trying to save the name of Jen for posterity.
I don't think it was possible. You've seen me drunk before. That it was a bad idea. This was an incredibly bad idea.
Mr. Lumpy and friend. Right. Thank you very much to everyone in the chat. You have been fantastic. and we shall be back tomorrow, maybe with some sober people.
No.
I will be working while you
I
guys are
won't
doing
be
this,
here, so yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.